Oh, what's up? What's good? So, and I don't make videos on this dude. I think he's a child. He's like 23, but he's got a mindset of like a 13-year-old. So I don't usually do videos on 6ix9ine. But if you, I'm starting to really see some fishy shit, and I'm just thinking, am I the only one seeing this shit? And you go on academics. Academics whole everything as a blogger is 6ix9ine down the page. I'm like, he gotta be on this boy's payroll because that's all he talk about, and he's the most popular hip hop blogger there is. It's him and then Vlad or whatever, and all the promotion is just constant. You're promoting a rat, whatever. Me personally, I don't really look at him like a rat because I never really took him seriously as a gangster. Only criminals are considered rats. A civilian can't rat, but he did use anti hood behavior, things that we've been taught in the hood since we were kids not to tell. He's a product of that, and they're promoting his bullshit as normalcy. And who really runs hip hop? It's not us, the fans. It's not the creators. It's the people back, the people who really run this rap shit. The people, the record execs, the Leo Cohens, the Jimmy Iovine's. You know, the best way to brainwash people is through media. How do you brainwash young people, young black people? Hip hop. And they have single-handedly picked and chose certain people as industry plants to push certain agendas and make it like normalcy. You've seen it last year with Little Nas X. He's a one-hit wonder, but yet they constantly push him and put him in your face or whatever because they're trying to get something out of it. With 6ix9ine, I look at sometimes they say numbers don't lie. Sometimes they do. He was on live on Instagram, had 2 million viewers, and then Jill Scott and Erica Badu had 700,000 like later on that week. Now, what live stream had a bigger impact that had people talking, him or Jill and Erica? Jill and Erica, and he had half as many people as he was that had watching. He dropped a new single last week. It was the highest watched video in YouTube history. It got like 78 million views in one day. Got like 200 million. I haven't heard anyone quote any of the lyrics. I haven't heard the record, but the one time I watched the video, I'm like, usually hit records. If a video goes viral, a music video like that, it's a fucking mega hit, and everyone's singing it and quoting captions and all of that. You don't see the bullshit with that? Because they can always skew numbers any way they want. They can skew streaming, record sales. They can always pick and play with these numbers and make it seem like this person's doing better than they are. But the streets don't lie. I don't hear anybody bumping that shit outside that door. But yet 200 million, I'm like, nah, that don't. And then you got Meek Mill and Snoop, rappers who have huge platforms. Snoop might have more followers than any rapper in the world. Snoop's got like 40 million followers on Instagram. So when you got someone that popular taking the time out to take a few jabs at this kid, it helps him with promotion. And Snoop's report card, ghetto report card ain't too great either. He's had a history of, cooperating, as they would say also. And it's funny because Snoop just came off the castration tour. He might still be on the castration tour. Remember when Snoop called out Gayle King and we was all like, yeah, yeah. And then after that, they had him, bootlicking and buck dancing the next week. He was on Red Table Talk apologizing for stuff he really had nothing to apologize for. And then his son was like sacrificed and took this crazy photo shoot in a teacup dress. Remember that? Okay, Snoop might still be paying a favor because it makes no sense, especially for someone his age, to even go back and forth with this kid over and over. If you want to call him a rat, just do it once. You don't have to acknowledge this kid constantly. He's been acknowledging him tough, and I've been watching that shit. Meek Mill is another one. I remember I told people Meek Mill when he first started hanging out with Robert Kraft, and I said, "Hold up, something's weird about this. Where's the connection?" Kraft is a Patriots fan, a Patriots owner. You're the Eagles fan. Where's the connection? It was the whole prison reform thing with Jay-Z. They had that whole thing brewing for about 2 years before they went public with it. So it's like these guys have been agents, or they've been working in cahoots with a lot of people behind closed doors for a while, and then they wink at you the whole time. So Meek has also been taking his time, and he's been the most active as far as declaring war on 6ix9ine. Every day on Twitter he's got some new joke or meme. I'm like, I'm really like, are y'all niggas on his payroll? Because between Snoop, Meek, and 6ix9ine and academics, he almost called him 6ix9ine because his whole page is 6ix9ine. I'm like, y'all are just giving this boy crazy promotions. I'm like, first of all, I don't respect any man that wears four watches at one time. This nigga wear four watches at one time. Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of Mexican who says the N word every 5 times he opens his mouth. He has no kind of real authenticity. And like I say, when the people who are in charge of hip hop, they pick and choose which stars they want to push agendas. And they want a person who's supposedly ratted to be, like an influential figure to the young people. Like, it's okay for you to tell. And mind you, even though black men are number one in mass incarceration, it's okay for y'all to pick this kid to represent hip hop, to represent the culture. He's a big fucking rat. And this is the guy y'all want to represent the hip hop culture. And that right there just tells you we really don't have that much control over hip hop like we did back in the day. They pick and choose who they want to be the stars and for certain purposes. And if you want to choose a rat, rather you consider him a civilian or not, you know, growing up, that's just not what we was always taught. We was always taught tattletales, snitches get stitches, you know the drill. You're rewarding someone for snitching even though he took an oath to a criminal organization. And then you're putting it out there that, oh, he came home. He did the right thing. And now you're putting that into a lot of young kids' minds that it's okay for you to rat and flip. Even though you took an oath to an organization. Look, 6ix9ine did it, and he came home with 4 watches and a big billboard, and he broke records. And you're rewarding fucked up behavior that's been programmed to us is the absolute worst thing you could be. They're promoting that shit. So that's why I say I don't typically make videos on this guy. It was just on my mind. I'm like, yo, do y'all not see this? Am I bugging? I'm still stuck at the fact he's got one of the highest watched videos of all time, and I'm like, I've never heard anyone mention that single at all. Ain't nobody say, yo, man, you got. And I be around young niggas, and they not listening to this dude. They are not fucking with this. The Money Grip has no nothing. Nobody's fucking with him. But the numbers are crazy, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like the numbers ain't adding up, bro. Sometimes numbers do lie, in his case at least. But Snoop and them is a part of it all. And like I say, it's a reason for it. And like Whack 100, there's a couple of them that's in on it. It seems like everybody's giving him at least one shot. But the people that's constantly ripping this kid, I'm like, yo, y'all are giving this kid a lot of free promotion. And academics definitely is on payroll. I mean, you look at his whole page, it's like 6ix9ine's diary. And I'm like, good God, get off his sack. I know it's kind of dry out here, and a lot of stories can't be told unless you're gonna fabricate stuff and make it up. But damn, yeah, but yeah, they're definitely force feeding this dude. With the big spoon, they're force feeding 6ix9ine to everybody, and I just don't think it's a good message to send out to the kids that this guy is someone you could look up to because come on, you know what I mean? He's a fucking rat. It is what it is, man. But let me know what y'all think. Cause I think Snoop and them is definitely in cahoots, big time. You don't just give this like it's Snoop. Snoop is a grandfather. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go back and forth with this kid. You old enough to be this kid's father twice. Like go hang out with Charlie Wilson. Go do something with Pharrell or whatever. Go tell your son to stop wearing dresses or whatever. Do something else with your time, bro. I know people are bored, stuck in the house, but I'm not gonna get on here and give promotion to a fucking rat and I got 50 million followers. I'm just, nah.